Hello folks, this is Hidden Numismatist back at you again with another video on my channel. It's been a minute since I've done a Dansco video, and you know that I love bringing to you my coin collection, especially my treasured Dansco albums, because I got nothing but love and respect for this company as far as their quality of their albums. And I realized while I was upgrading a few of these quarters in this album that I realized that I didn't bring this Dansco to my numismatic brothers, sisters on YouTube here. So I wanted to do that and talk about the Barber quarter, its key dates, and reflect on what our beloved gray sheet tells us. And you know, just talk about this beautiful Barber quarter that Charles Barber did for us. So let's get started, my friends. This is Dansco's Liberty Head quarters, also known as the Barber quarter, Barber Head quarter, that was struck in 1892 through 1916. And this is Dansco's stock album number 7130, 7130. So those of you that want to grab one of these can do that. Let's get started on the inside cover, as I always give to you folks. The inside cover here. Designed by our beloved Charles Barber. He looks ever so serious there in that photo that we've taken of him. And the look on his face is like, all right, just take the picture, man. Come on, bro. I got things to do. I'm an important guy. You know, don't have time for all these photo shoots. So go ahead, take the picture. Okay, there you go. Thank you so much. So this talks about the history where in 1891 we were eligible to do a design change, because by law every 25 years a series is eligible for a design change. So Charles Barber, along with his father William Barber, Charles Barber designed this beautiful coin for us. And it is a fun set to put together. You know, I finished my Barber halves, but I never brought my Barber quarters to you. They're all 90% silver. And it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, Mama Mint, Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, New Orleans, and San Francisco. And I'm going to show you my beautiful Barber quarters. And I pulled out the two extras that I have for different reasons. We'll get to those too, that in my overflow 2x2 box for our coins from our awesome nation, the United States of America. Off the top, my friends, I wanted to discuss with you the keys and semi-keys of the Barber quarter. The key, the absolute key to the Barber quarter series is the 1901 out of San Francisco with a mintage of just 72,000 plus. And on the gray sheet here, I pulled out my gray sheet, or one of them. Check, this is huge. In G4, gray sheet has it at 3750. So that's an expensive one, right? And when you get this, make sure it's real, my man, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of added mint marks and altered mint marks and removed mint marks that we all know as numismatists, so be careful. Other notable keys are the 1896S, the 1913 from Philadelphia, and the 1914 from San Francisco. These are the keys. And the 1901S is the key. Everybody wants that. The semi-keys in the Barber quarters are the 1892S, the 1897S, 1899S, 1908S, 1909O, New Orleans, 1911, 1911S, and 13 and 15 out of Philadelphia, right? The 1911, where's that beautiful coin? It's a semi-key. So we got the 11D, 11S is a semi-key. Beautiful Barber quarter. And then, like I said, the 13 and the 15. But let's started on this set. And as reference, like I hear, this is the problem with the 01S, my friends. Goodness gracious, that's an expensive coin in G4, right? And man, if I get that, I'm sitting down with my favorite coin shop owner and talking about putting that son of a gun on layaway. And it's going to be in a PCGS NGC slab. And then we'll go from there. So let's get started on this beautiful set. We'll close up this gray sheet. Put this over here on this messy desk of numismatics. Okay. So, as I said, our beloved Barber, Mr. Barber, did the coin for us, Charles Barber. And it starts off with a beautiful 1892 out of Philadelphia. And you all know, affectionately, those of you that are loyal to my channel, know that I like to keep all the coins in a typical Dansco roughly in the same grade eye appeal, if you will. That's my personal way of collecting. Everybody's different. But they are beautiful coins. They're very simple. In the beginning, when I started being a collector years ago, years and years ago, yes, I might be showing my age a little, the Barber series wasn't really a series that I really liked. I thought it was blah, you know, just dull and boring, and our representation of liberty is not as beautiful and romantic, if you will, as the standing liberty quarter, the seated quarter, cap bust. But as I bought more and more collections through the years as a private collector, and more of these quarters came up, that's a major upgrade right there. Look at that scratch. That's well, no, I don't know. But as I got more and more of these, and I started putting them away in this book, I noticed that, hey, these Barber quarters actually are pretty darn cool. Very similar in taste to the Buffalo nickel, which I really never cared about. But once I got the three-legged and others, I'm like, I'm finishing the set. But the Barber quarter is cool. I truly have gained a little bit more respect and love for the Barber series. And I hope to continue to upgrade the coins in this album when I can. I don't know which of you are also working on a Barber quarter set. I encourage all of you to do it because, like I said, hey, it's part of our hobby. I do love the reverse on a Barber quarter. The Barber coinage, guys. It's a full rim. You see the denticles. You want to see E pluribus unum in the banner. Detail on the wings is nice to have. So, like I said, this is basically the reverse that I try to maintain in this Dansco. And as I said, you know, with the keys and semi-keys kicking in, this is even a better one. The details on the tail, that's sharp. You try to keep the set consistent in eye appeal, right? And I've shown this to 2-3 dealers, and they go, Oz, I like your taste on how you put together your sets. This is from New Orleans. The mint mark was always on the bottom here, my friends. And Philadelphia, because it's Mother Mint, it's Mama Mint, has no mint mark. You know that's a Philadelphia because there's no mint mark. I don't have a proof Barber quarter yet, but when I do, that's going to be in a slab, Jack. That's going to be in a PCGS preferably, or NDC. I got equal respect. PCGS a little bit more. NDC I have a lot of respect for as well. But I do, of course, want to get a Barber quarter. I fulfilled my goal of getting another proof coinage for the first time that I didn't realize I had a proof. So the Barber quarter and proof is doable. They're not, you can get a type Barber quarter very easily. That's seriously not that much money. You save up for it, get a nice proof Barber quarter. Other beautiful reverse. Which one was that? That's a beautiful coin. Yeah. My 93 out of Philadelphia. That's a nice one. And then, here we go. Yeah, I don't have an 01S, which is the key. This is the only one that's missing for this album to be complete. And if I ever get one, that coin is going on layaway. I sure hope to God that one of my favorite dealers that has known me for 20, 30 years will allow me to make payments on that and have that in a PCGS holder, NGC. But yours truly does not have a 1901 S Barber quarter. But overall, the set is complete. I am making payments, layaway payments on two significant coins that are, one of them is going to come to me by the end of this year. And then another one, probably in the middle of next year, a nice key coin. And I will bring those to you once I 100% own it. And all payments have been made and the contract is complete with my dealer. I'll bring those two very desirable coins to you. And you better believe it, when I get that Barber proof, if I ever get a Barber proof quarter, that'll be coming to this channel as well, along with my 1901 S Barber quarter. The Barber quarter and proof is more doable than this. So you take it from there. Beautiful 1907. Then Denver did one in 07. I love this. This is what I love. Like in 1907, look, Philadelphia, Denver, New Orleans, and San Francisco. That's tight. In that year, that's word of active mints in our nation. Those of you that are working on a Barber set of quarters, let me know in the comment section how your progress is going. What ones are you missing? And I'll look through. This box is my collection, but I'll look in my extra 90% that I have that is just, you know, silver coinage, and see if I can find anything for you and help out a fellow collector, because I always love doing that when I can. And like I said, this is a design that I really didn't care for, but then once I realized that I'm getting more of these keys and semi-keys, I put in a little bit more effort and love. That's a nice reverse again there. That's beautiful. Then I said, you know what? I think I'm going to be a little bit more serious on doing this set. That's the reverse of where the 01S would go. Hope that all of you are doing well. Life is treating you good. Can't believe we're at the tail end of 2025, eh? The years are going by quick. And here's 1908. Again, Philadelphia, Mama Mint, Denver, New Orleans, and San Francisco. Beautiful coins. What series and quarters are your favorite? If you had to pick what design overall, I like the seated. For me personally, I love the seated, and I love the cap bust. The seated quarter is a very sweet design. And then I love my cap bust. Of course, Standing Liberty is gorgeous. Very, very nice coinage that they bring to us here. And those of you that are doing the set, let me know again, like I said, what you're missing. And I'll be more than happy to try to hook you up. If I do have an extra or something that would work for you. These are some more appealing, eye-appealing Barber quarters. "13 stars above the eagle here in the field, representing the 13 original colonies. Sweet coins. Charles Barber did a better job than I could. That's a nice, beautiful. That's what you want. Right there. That is actually a beautiful reverse. Yeah, that's tight. I love the reverse on the Barber coinage. Way more than the obverse. And 16 Denver, the Denver Mint closed out the quarters for us. No New Orleans, San Francisco, none of that. So these are all blank for additional ones that you may have. But that's the reverse we all love. So here's the mintage figure for you all. Capture this if you want. And here's that 01S, beer of 72, 73,000. That's that key. And as I said, there's little semi-keys and keys spattered throughout the series. 97S, right? A 96S is important. The 96S. But I think I did a pretty good job. I'm pretty proud of myself. That's the record I could afford for the 96S. Yes, well, and then I have two raw ones that are just in standard flips here. And I like because they're beautiful. And this one was gifted to me by Joe Durbin, who's also active on YouTube. And literally, the name of his channel is Joe Durbin. This is from Mother Mint, Philadelphia. Meter drove 8.2 million. And he gifted this to me in March of 2020. And again, that reverse is... And plus, it was a gift from Joe Durbin, so I can't just I can't toss it into a quarter tube of 90%, but it's a beautiful, beautiful coin gifted by Joe Durbin. Love that one. And another one that I bought because it was such a good deal is there's another professional dealer with a brick and mortar, and he is a Jedi in numismatics, is Rick Snow. And this 1909 from Philadelphia is graded a very fine by Rick Snow. The name of his shop is Eagle Eye Rare Coins out in Tucson, Arizona. And he's the authoritative figure on Indian cents especially, but he is a numismatist without a doubt. There is that beautiful reverse again. Beautiful, beautiful. And I love how Mr. Snow seals them and then puts his card in it like that. So those of you that want to check out his website, www.indiancent.com, affectionately named because he is the guru on the Indian cent, and he wrote the book, literally, on the Indian cent. So those of you that do Indians, and I do as well, need to use him as a very, very important, well-respected Jedi in our hobby. So, all right, my numismatic brothers and sisters, I think I covered the Liberty headquarter for you as thorough as I can make it. And here's another snapshot of the keys. This is the key, and these are the semi-keys, right? Keep your eyes open and just take a gray sheet with you to a coin show and make sure it's real, especially for the keys and semi-keys. There is a lot of alteration that is done on mint marks where the mint mark is either added or removed. Therefore, make it an altered coin and a counterfeit. It's because it's not the real deal. So you got to be careful when it comes to some of these awesome coins that our beloved Charles Barber did for us. I thank you, brother, for building, designing and doing a beautiful quarter for us, my man. Much love and respect to Charles Barber. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I do thank you for watching and coming back to my channel and watching my videos. You all make sure you make this kid feel pretty good and warm and fuzzy inside by coming and watching and commenting and giving me your thoughts on my albums and coins. And please like and subscribe and let me know what you think. In the meantime, you all take care of each other. Be kind to each other. And most importantly, may God bless you all. Bye-bye.